All right. Good morning, traders, and welcome to the live trading webinar today with JTrader, a stocks trader. We do this webinar every Wednesday he comes in a little bit later, so around 10:15 basically, East Coast time. This is an important part of our education that's free. What you guys get is the educational course on order flow, learning how to read order flow. Bookmap is very visual, so it shows you all the details in the order flow, both for current and historical market. Then we have these live webinars. Like yesterday, we had the advanced webinar. We go through the order flow in the live market, so you can apply exactly what you learned and you can ask questions. Then on Wednesday and Thursday, we have two different traders. Today's JTrader, tomorrow's Scott Pulsini, a futures trader, and they will go through how they trade. And they will be taking live positions. It is in demo paper trading mode, just so you know. JTrader here, he offers education, so you can reach out to him. I'll put these links into the chat for you. We got to go through the disclosures and then we'll jump right in. Tremendous echo. Do you guys have that? I do not have that. If someone else can, Space Cowboy says there's a really bad echo. Anyone else? No. Okay. I'm not sure what you have open. Maybe you have it in a few different places open, Space Cowboy. Voice is good. All right, so we're getting confirmation there. You'll have to kind of look into that. Okay. All right, let's move on. General disclosure, all Bookmap Limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. Live trading is in simulation, demo, paper trading mode and strictly for educational purposes. Live trading executed in simulation cannot accurately represent realistic trading performance. Risk disclosure, trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. An investor could potentially lose all or more than the initial investment. Risk capital is money that can be lost without jeopardizing one's financial security nor lifestyle. Only risk capital should be used for trading, and only those with sufficient risk capital could even consider trading. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, guys, so let's jump in here and see what's going on. We're looking at the S&P E-mini here. Starting to bounce here, seeing some pretty strong buying coming in. Okay, maybe come right back up to this 38.20. Looking for that right now. Maybe a little bit higher. There's a lot on the bid. There was just a lot on the bid. Let's zoom in here on the bid here. So, and they're still pressing it. So 38.20 and then some. Now this is kind of a knee-jerk reaction to what we just see here in the order book right now, and looking for it to trade up into that 38.20. This is an important level, this 38.20, for a long time, several weeks. It's been an important level. Anyway, guys, I wanted to, I mean, we always go through the live order flow here, just like this. Boy, there's a big stop run here. We'll go over this as well. But I want to show you something in crypto markets. It's pretty amazing stuff. It's very topical right now. We have new indicator out there for 7.4 Bookmap. As well as, let me cover it. All right, so here in Bitcoin futures, this is with Binance futures, I'm sorry. You can see the liquidation here, liquidation indicator. Okay, this is like what we had before. We now offer it on multi-book. Okay, so now you're looking at Binance futures, Bybit, and OKEX. So three different exchanges here for this perpetual instrument of Bitcoin. All right, and you can see all the liquidations in here. Now with 7.4, you will be able to see this not only for the current and your your recent data, it will load historical data. That's a really big bonus. So you'll be able to go back and take a look at what's going on previously. Now, we also have this Bookmap version here of on the web. Okay, Bookmap web version here, and it will show you historical liquidations as well. This is amazing, guys. This is why it's important. I don't know if you've read the articles out there. It's let's just do a quick look here. Boy, all this information on yeah, here we go. The markets are just in turmoil here. All right, so cryptocurrencies fall after FTX Binance turmoil spooks investors. Okay, so there's a problem with liquidation in here from FTX and the Alameda Fund. Guys, here it is. If you want to see it play out, it's right in front of us. It's amazing to see this to me. We're seeing millions of dollars, 41 million, 236 million here. I believe, hold on here. Yeah, we zoom in and you can see it, down to the, here's the liquidation indicator. Okay, and we are showing it in the base currency. Yeah, so here we go. Now we're talking millions. So I'm sorry, this is thousands here, this is millions here. 1.5 million, 3.56 million here. These are liquidations here. They're being liquidated. They're positions they cannot cover the move against them. They're getting really hit hard here. This is amazing to see. Anyway, guys, the overall move on Bitcoin here, looking at this Bookmap web version, you can see back here just November 5th. God, we can zoom out an entire month here, but we can look back here around end of October 26th, and then here's the high November 5th or so at 21,000. Okay, we're down at 17,000 right now. All right, so this is really getting hit hard. And where is it going to go from here? Well, let's take a look. All right, I'm going to show a candlestick chart on Bitcoin. Hold on a minute, from investing.com. And let's take a quick look. Okay, so just want to show the higher time frame. That Bookmap web does show the higher time frame, but here we can look at weeks, days, months even. Let's look at the weekly chart here. Okay, so here we go. This is pretty important news, guys. So if an exchange is being liquidated, or if they're having massive problems with liquidation, well, we're right at this edge here. It's been trading in here for several weeks, as you can see. After this big move down, here's the move down. It is testing these lower levels right now. If it breaks from, and this, we're going to take this from the order flow and then transfer it into current market. Okay, this is same ideas that we look at in order flow here. Look at the move up, the pause, the move up, the pullback, the move up, the pullback here to this pullback previously, and then the bounce. Okay, so yeah, we can see we came down, we bounced around in here, and then look at this here. Okay, this candle here today or this week, where we're going would probably be the next area down here, probably around maybe 12,000. Okay, let's take a look. Just even like 13 or 14,000. Okay, $3,000 away. Not out of the question. Not out of the question to come down to even 10,000, especially with these liquidation problems in here. Okay, so we're looking at some of these levels here where there were previously moves to the upside. Okay, and that's what we look at for in Bookmap as well. looking at these previous areas on low time frames or high time frames. It is all order flow, and that's what we're looking at. So for example, let's look at that Bookmap web again. Okay, here. And then where price might go. Okay. All right, so zoom in a little bit, guys. This is free in here, so all you need to do is sign up. Okay, and you will get all of these different instruments in here if you sign up. The different exchanges that you can connect to, and then also the Bookmap multi-book product. So it's Bookmap data. Okay, we've combined these into multiple exchanges. It's a what do you call it? Synthetic instrument. Okay, that we're connecting to up to 5 different exchanges in here. This is all live data. Okay, it's fantastic. Yeah, just take a look around here and look at some of these areas and look at these incredible, in the millions, these liquidations here. All right, so this is FTX and that Alameda fund unwinding, and if there might be more liquidations in the near future here, look out. This is gonna be very volatile. Okay, so anyway, just wanted to mention that. You guys take a look at this, and it's pretty amazing stuff. All right, so and it's all unfolding right now. Okay, any questions on this with the let me go back here, take a quick look. Okay, ciao Joseph, so it looks like you're ready to go. But let's jump back here, guys. This was what we're just looking at in here with the order flow being pretty strong, just looking for it to trade to 20 and then further. And here we go. It's almost at 25. I like 25. This is the swing here, and we still see buying pressure, so looking for them to trade into this liquidity here. All right, maybe we can get up to 30. Okay, so we see them, well, actually they just pulled that liquidity here and added it down here, but let's see if we just get enough buyers in here to try to trade into 25 in that swing. We covered this in such detail the other day. It's like we kind of had some pieces in here. We don't have all the pieces in here right now. We did earlier. We saw this tremendous bid in here right when we started the webinar, and we're looking for it to go up into 20. Right, look at this. I mean, this was just, you know, pretty incredible order flow. The bid was just lighting up as red in here, and we saw aggressive buyers. These are the pieces we're talking about. Okay, we're looking for it to go higher. We're looking for it to test higher liquidity. Okay, when we see stuff like this in here, okay, we're pretty blunt on that. We're looking for that to go. All right, here's our test into 25. We just got it. All right, so now that's it, just that right now. Okay, we don't know, right, but that would be my target, and I'm not seeing them support it on the bid. They're down here at 15. Okay, they're not in this whole area, which is 10 points. Okay, we saw it even beforehand here. Okay, so and we were looking for them to support it again, like this over here at 20. They were here for a little bit, then they pulled. Okay, still looking to see if we can get back up into 25 in that swing, but that's it. Okay, so there it is. Now we can see them coming in and testing into these lower levels, and 15 is where that liquidity is. Okay, so anyway, guys, like a pretty straightforward read here in the order flow. We'll see if they're going to support it here or not at 15. They may not. Okay, they are a little bit right now, but just kind of reading the liquidity coming in here and a little bit of a bounce. But let's see. Look in this area here. Do we see those buyers like previously? No, we do not. All right, so maybe we're going to get some sellers down here around 18 and a quarter. If we do, likely they'll trade into these lower levels of liquidity. All right, so again, putting the pieces together. Now, what about the offer? Are they lowering the offer? Not really. I mean, some in here, but that's about it. So we could go back and forth in here. Okay, we might find buyers up here at 19 and 3/4, and then a move back up higher again. Okay, so we're just reading the pieces or putting the pieces together, looking for something that gives us higher probability. Okay, I hope that makes sense for you guys. But that is the goal, right? And to put those pieces together and then look for that higher probability move. All right, so anyway, guys, pretty interesting stuff in here in Bitcoin. I love it, and we'll probably do something in the afternoon about this to cover the liquidation indicator. We're just releasing this now. This is why I'm covering it. It's not only pretty amazing stuff, but we just released this liquidation indicator. We can read it directly here in Bookmap, the Bookmap web version as well, and you guys have free access to that. So go sign up for it and go check it out. Okay, so look at these. We're looking at basically a potential train wreck unfolding here. All right. One thing I wanted to show you guys too, look at this. Okay, this is Bitcoin, the multi-book product from Bookmap Data. Let's go down to 0 or 1,000 or so. Here's 10,000. Here's 5,500, 900 coins down there. Here's 1,000. We have 350 coins down there. Look at $500, 100 coins down there. Here's 0. There are traders putting liquidity at these levels, thinking that price is going to come down to these levels. How do you get it for free? Just go to the Bookmap web version. Just look up Bookmap web. Here, we'll just do a Google search for Bookmap web. Or here, you could do that. And you can click right on it right here. Okay, so that's one way. You can also go to our website and then click on more here, and you can go to it is Bookmap web version.
Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning, Joseph. How are you? Here it is right here, guys. Solutions, Bookmap web. You can go there as well. Okay. Yeah, just sign up. You're good to go. What's the difference between Bookmap web and normal? This is HTML based. It's on the web in your browser. And it's only for some cryptocurrencies. Okay. And yeah, we're developing it out. All right. So you don't have to download anything. You get access directly to it. Okay. All right, guys, we're here for Joseph. So let's jump over here and get him up and running and take a look at some stocks and how Joseph is trading them.
Good morning, traders, and good morning, Bruce. Good morning, YouTube viewers. So today, 09, we have elections. Market is not really taking a direction in the last days. I believe that when we will have the results, market will start to trend a little bit more. I'm screen sharing over here this morning Amazon, Tesla, Meta, Mac, and ES, which were the main plays that we took. So we shorted this morning 3 times ES. We had Amazon a perfect setup. We shorted MAC from 1350, and then we had a reversal to the long side on Meta. Some good setups, but also I have to tell you, this is a market that you have to be already advanced in order to make money. It's not an easy market. When you trade small caps, and we're covering a few things with Bruce in the past weeks, you have to be a sniper. It means that if you don't have a perfect timing in your entries and you don't have like patience to wait for that main A+ setup, you're going to have a lot of losses. Small cap right now is a very tough market. So what is the kind of, we say, timing that you need to have? So something like this, right? This, for example, is MAC from Kyle. And we're trading using exactly Bookmap, loading the short over here, 1340, 1350, and then took in this fail. Now we're going to go over this after and why we took this trade. But I would like to start the day going over Amazon and big caps, which were the best setup we had these days were on big caps. So this morning, you can see my chart over here. I pointed out already a few examples that we have to look, and then we'll see if we have setups to trade together. So first, I want to dig 1 second into the daily chart. And we can see that Amazon came all the way down in the last over here 2 months. So we had earnings, came down. Then we had over here other earnings, came down more. And now it's consolidating on this support over here, 87. Hourly chart. This morning, my plan was exactly this. If we hold this support at 88 and start bouncing from this support after a fake breakdown, then I'm looking for a possible bounce directly into this 92 area, which you can see is a supply area right now. If instead we're breaking down this level of support of 88 and start rejecting, then I'm looking for a fail. Well, you are trading. This morning we had a few setups to short, very easy setups, nothing really difficult. Perfect over here, VWAP projection, a second VWAP projection. But I want to point out this. I want to point out this moment at 87.50. So what do you see over here, traders? You see in this moment, the stock that is breaking down. This was at exactly 10 o'clock. Okay. Exactly 10 o'clock. Let me see over here. So pointing out that pattern on Amazon for reversal. And looking at this breakdown, I'm not looking too long simply because I have a fake break on this point and it's bouncing back up. But what instead more interesting is the fake out or fake breakdown that we had on Bookmap. You can see what I point out is this breakdown of 87.50, a main absorption. So we have over here a bull trap, and then right away I push it upside. So that confirmation is a confluence of signals. Means we have more signals telling me to long this area. So main bear trap, and then also over here, main catalyst from the chart. Where's the target? Exactly where you see this point. Okay. So an example of this, I think this is a perfect example from a trader that I'm mentoring. But you can see the point over here to wait for this breakdown. Right away reclaims, longing just on that Bookmap level, selling to partials, so looking for multiple hour return. What I like over here is the amount of risk that we're taking, and then the amount instead of our return that we're taking. So I'm looking always for 3 to 4 hour when I'm looking for these bounces. So long into the 87.70, 87.60s, and selling partial into the 88, and then 88.30s, 88.40s. So perfect bear trap pattern for the long side. So well done, well executed over here. And exactly this is what we're looking in this market. If we're looking for bounces, we want to see for this fake breakdown and then push the upside. Second setup that happened is a VWAP projection here. So this is another fake out that we had. You can see the breach of the VWAP and just like fill below. And then top tick over here, just into the J lines, failing. Okay, so you can see the push into this very small liquidity area, but that lower high over here, 1026, exactly this lower high, that gives you conviction to short on this curl down. Why? Because we have multiple things together over here, which is heat map, J lines, pivot area. So 3 together, telling you look for the possible trade. We're going to look at Amazon today, being that ES is fading. So we're going to look for possible re-entry short on ES and Amazon as well. Meta today counter trend. This morning we had the news. They they fired, if I remember correctly, something like 13K employees. So today is bouncing over here, Meta, simply all the way up from a price of 90. Let's see over here. Mouse. From 95, 96 up until 104. So the market react pretty good to this news. Main support area, fib, main support Jalen's VWAP, and then it's still pushing. I'm not really looking to trade this now. I didn't look and traded Meta over here. This morning we took a small scalp, but nothing for this. We were looking more to follow ES. So looking more into Tesla plays and into Amazon plays. Tesla gave this. And there we are. I put over here a few points on Tesla. Tesla has been the main, I would say, play for me in the last, I would say, months. So I simply love to trade Tesla, especially now that it's quoted around $200. It reacts with Bookmap, I believe, the best of all of those. So all of the tech companies and the Nasdaq companies. If I compare this to Netflix, Amazon, Meta, Nvidia, Apple, Tesla with Bookmap is simply perfect. I'm not saying this, I'm saying this because every single day I share the trades on socials and in the room, sharing the use of Bookmap together with Tesla. It really pinpoints often. So this morning I put this point
Joseph,
here.
I got to comment on it. That's just a beautiful chart there in Bookmap. Look at them on the offer, look at them on the bid, look at the larger players in there, look how it fills into those areas and reacts to like that 150 or 189 down there. Larger players are providing that liquidity. It comes down and tests it, but it bounces because they're on the bid.
Exactly. And 2 points over here that made this morning. So I took my support level. This is the main demand area. And then we're looking for this resistance over here, main supply area that we never touch, like we never touch this low. We never touch this point over here. But in today, we had some very good setups. The one that I looked over here this morning was the main fake out over here. So, and the main fake breakdown over here. So when you trade the market, you have to have high conviction. High conviction in this market. And I'm smiling because yesterday I was talking with a trader. He's a good trader, and he was telling me this. The majority of the traders right now that are even like professional, they don't know what they're doing. And he was just looking at their way of trading. It's simply like obsolete. And if you don't upgrade and evolve with the trading environment, uh, you're simply like gonna lose money. So over here, I see two main things: this and this. The same point we had this morning on ES when we are looking for a bull trap, and using Bookmap together, using the levels and the strategy, you're gonna get this. So this is a perfect fake breakout, and then right away the price gets below and retest that level, and for a main unwind. So I'm looking for these patterns to look for the short, and it's a low risk entry. It's something that I can simply trade and right away put a stop loss, and then I have also confirmation. For example, this morning, this was the plan I put out at 2 to share over here, looking for a bull trap and short below 38.31 on ES. And then I 38.31 over here, shorted at 207. So your 807. And the reason why I had the perfect setup on ES was the bull trap that we're talking right now, plus together with Bookmap. So yes, we had a trade exactly this point. You see the level of resistance over here. This is the breakout that we had. So this morning, we took all the fail from this point up here and writing all down. You can see the use of the tailings. And this point over here is where we had the main fake out. Fake out, looking for the fail 38.31, and then taking all of this. So while this was unwinding, we're looking at Tesla, Amazon, Meta, and the rest. Now, what we're going to look today, not small caps. We're short 1350 on Mac till the 1150, but I'm looking for Tesla and I'm looking for Meta plays and Amazon plays if we're going to have them. So first of all, Meta right now, counter trend, giving A plus setup too long. So I hope somebody took it. This is the usual trade that I learned in my room that I take every single time. The only thing today, I'm not taking Meta, as I said, because I'm following ES for downside. This is a perfect setup. Simply love the setup over here. When I see it, I load the both. There's confluence of more than one signal. See the J-line, see the pattern. I see like a fake breakdown over here in the heat map confirmed. So this becomes a Meta A plus bounce.
And Joseph, maybe you can detail out what you see in Bookmap and the order flow on that, because you've got your bigger picture there. Just so traders can understand I mean, it's a pullback strategy to your J lines, but what you see in Bookmap, and I have some questions for you too after you maybe.
Of course, of course. So let's look together over here why this setup gave over here, reason to enter. So first of all, I'm looking at the chart. So I'm taking a step back and I want to check over here the hourly or the 4 hours or the 30 minutes. But the main point is I'm looking for my levels. You can see over here how I trace fibs. And then I'm looking for, in this case, we are long above this level of fib. I'm looking for long plays. Now, this is Bookmap this morning. So we had a first point over here where we dip into this area of support. We dip over here into the VWAP. And then last over here, we dip in this low 103, which was the previous high. As we said before, the trade we took on yes, or the trade we took, for example, on Tesla, we're looking for a level of support. And if this level is breached, so you can see over here a V pattern, this level of 103 is breached. We can see the price selling over here, right? Over here, we have actual sellers. But at this point, we have sellers getting exhausted. We don't know that yet. When we know this, when this is confirmed, when we reclaim the previous level of support, so the 103, and starts curling. This is the same setup that I think me and Bruce shared maybe 250 times. So breakdown, possibly over here now, I don't have it enabled, but this is a sweep indicator collecting over here some shorts and some sellers. Right away, reclaim over here. So big hands, algos, market makers are pretty working good over here to create their bear trap. And this level over here becomes your long signal. So like we did, I believe last week or 2 weeks ago on Tesla, that we took the same exact pattern. Long in with like 10, 15 cents risk, looking for 5 or even 10-hour return on this trade. But as I said today, I'm not focusing on Meta personally. I'm just looking over here at Tesla, and I'm looking over here at Amazon. Any question, Bruce, on this?
Yes. So there's the order flow setup, and what you're looking at. There's just been a lot of discussion lately in our Discord chat about levels and then order flow around levels. This is it. JTrader has his higher time frame he's looking at. He's getting a setup. He's studied this. He knows exactly what he's looking for. And you can reach out to him if you want to understand more about his J lines and what he's looking for, and some of the details here. Okay, but these are his proprietary levels that he's looking at. And now he's looking at Bookmap, and he's looking at the order flow to even offer more of an edge in order flow around his levels. So anyway, just no matter where the levels come from, the higher time frame levels, then look at the order flow around them.
Exactly. So let's go on the hot one today, Amazon. Simply love the stock, and since it's not, it's not anymore $3,000, $2,500, and then we had the split over here this morning. We had such a beautiful setup. As I said, now it's unwinding. The target I'm looking is 85. It's a little bit of, I would say, pretentious, but I simply love this fail this morning. Super weak, the tape. Nice breakdown over here of the support. I have over here some pivots, like possible magnets. The most important thing over here is that you ride and use the order flow. What I can tell you, have over here a zoom out view. Look, where's the main demand area? You can see over here 85. They generally work as a catalyst. All right, so I look for this as a main catalyst, like a main magnet. Now going back, I use the 5 minute, I use a tick chart, and I use a 1 minute. Over here you can see my 5 minutes, and over here you can see my 1 minute. So you can see my levels, and over here we can see what I was sharing before, the fake breakdown, the fake breakout, our trend line, and then unwind over here. And look at my chart this morning over here on Mac. I do that over and over and over. So I take my levels and I put my analysis every single time. Over here, for example, we'll look at this fake breakout. So it's very important for me to use the chart. Okay, so annotate on the chart. It really gives you an help. Okay, so try to do it. So right now, next target is 7. what I'm looking over here will be a pop, and the pop right now it's pretty far from where I want to short it because the short happened at this point on this fake breakout, on this trend line break, and you can see the trend break over here and unwind. So right now we need to see another push. Could be a VWAP, could be ideally this area, but I don't see over here any kind of supply, so we're gonna wait. For who asked me, you asked me if I use OmniFeed DXFeed. I don't know if we can talk about this, but personally I use both. Okay, so then you can write in the end for personal suggestion. But the main point over here is that you analyze with me the price section and the order flow. So waiting for 87. In the meantime, I'm watching over here Amazon, Meta, Tesla, Mac, and ES. So this stock is the one that is trading the most today. Also, we saw, yeah, AMD unwinding pretty good. So that was a main fail this morning. So bounce over here on a fake breakdown on Amazon. So you can see exactly what happened before. So this level over here, break and bought back up. Same thing over here, breakdown, bought back up. Every single time we have this, we have a main absorption that from time to time will break to the downside. In this case over here, what happens? You have a lot of sellers joining in because it's a breakdown of support. Often it will be a breakdown also of a level of fib or pivot together. So you will have, more traders who are looking at these, I would say, parameters, indicators. And when you see that over here, the dot essentially, okay, is becoming bigger and bigger and bigger, means more volume is traded at this level. More volume traded at this level, and if it doesn't unwind, means somebody is absorbing. And there's like really a shift in momentum between sellers, which are jumping out over here of the stock, and at the same time we have like buyers, which are absorbing. So imagine like it's a shift, okay? Imagine we have like this big bowl over here. We have all the sellers that are trying to jump out. But then over here we have another big bowl with all the buyers that are trying to absorb and pushing back in over here what? All those shares. So this sellers become smaller and this becomes bigger. And what happens over here? There's a shift in momentum. And you can see right away when we start like holding that support and this is bouncing back up.
Yeah, Joseph, I asked that question about, or for you to kind of detail out what you're looking for, uh, and in the order flow there. Uh, there's a lot of questions around it and starting to understand how to gain an edge by reading the order flow. And it just kind of reminded me. I was talking with somebody. I can't remember. Maybe it was Tom B. He's doing exactly the same thing. He's looking at the order flow and microstructure at his levels, volume profile levels. Now, here's the big difference. I recall, and I was mentioning, I read and reread an order flow, or I'm sorry, a volume profile book I looked at not too long ago. And
We're talking about volume profile this morning and analysis. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, Bruce. Continue.
yeah, yeah. So I know you don't look at yeah, every now and then you look at the profile as well. But
Yeah, I
you're
look at on the bigger picture, like on daily and hourly chart.
anyway, the trader or the author of the book was saying, like, on a pullback, very similar to exactly what Joseph is looking at on his pullback strategies to his J lines. Uh, the author said he's just getting in, just puts an order down there and he wants to get filled. There's so much risk, or it's not really optimizing your trading if you do that. Yeah, sometimes you might catch the very bottom, right, bottom tick or very close to it. However, you just don't know if more traders are going to come in and push it right against you, and just you'll be flipped out of that trade really quickly, or stopped out of that trade. Instead, look to see when you find a change in a shift in the order flow, just like JTrader here. That's going to lead to such a higher probability trade.
Exactly. Exactly. So over here from this main point, we had that reversal. And this in this case was for the long side. Of course, it can happen also like this for the short side, shorting the pop and looking to cover dips with exact the same process. And then again, looking for the short and covering dips. So let's look over here now for the next level of resistance. And I'm looking over here at this daily resistance area that I have, 88, plus VWAP, plus J-line. So we have a confluence of things together. So I like this supply over here. To answer, I use volume profile, made like 3 or 4 videos, even 5 or 6 years ago, explaining how to use it. But my process to use volume profile trader is more like a bigger picture. So I looked at on the hourly and daily chart to see the main zones: point of control, high volume nodes, low volume nodes. In intraday, I prefer simply to have my levels, fibs, and the areas over here that I see on Bookmap.
Yeah, Joseph, I just brought that up. Different levels, different ways of trading, and yet order flow around those levels.
Exactly.
So your pullback strategy here, you're still zooming in, looking for an edge.
Yep. What I see is today Amazon potentially can go really to something like 86 or 85, because we don't have any kind of higher lows right now, sorry, only lower highs and lower lows. So until we have this price action, first wave, second wave, third, fourth, fifth, I mean, this is still unwinding. Fractals are all for the downside. Love this price action. We'll simply stay over here only for a short side. Different is when I'm looking today at something like Tesla, which instead is making a formation of wedge. So we start having over here lower highs, but also higher lows. So there's no kind of direction. And also, of course, we explained before about Meta, which is still uptrending. We have over here our uptrend, just higher lows. So right now it's pulling back to this area. So there's a possibility over here for another possible long, but as I said today, I'm not really looking to trade Meta, and more following the yes. Yes below the VWAP, unwinding, lows. So staying with stocks that, like Amazon, are following the yes. Let's go back to Amazon. So we have still a little bit of time. We have to wait this 88, so patience, traders. Same on Mac over here, just patience. I remember Mac is a stock at 52-week high. We have a stock that has a high institutional ownership, around 59-60%. So you know that short over here and weakness could be it is definitely wrong, because often you have these like pushed upside. So only look to short pops. Let's go back over here 1 second on NQ. So still unwinding, but we have the support at the 955. Yes, over here we have the pivot at 37.95, 37.96. Still not unwinding. Amazon small pullback, right? Amazon small pullback over here, and right now bouncing. So let's wait for the setup. This is one of the keys why I use Bookmap. Like you can see traders over here, this 1129, 1130. And this is Mac. So we're talking about a small cap. You can see this main wash. And over here is, we have an absorption. No, we have over here what? We have an exhaustion play. So totally different. You see this main wick to the downside. This is a washout. Right away, price is reclaimed and pushed back up. Okay, so this often happens on the fast dumps. Sweep indicator over here. So all stop losses triggered, and then right away you see the bounce. Okay, so this is exhaustion play to the downside, bounce, which doesn't mean long over here. This is just like when we exhaust the downside, exhaust the downside. Let's go back over here on Amazon, and we're gonna zoom in. So going for new lows, expected 86 today. So let's see now if we're gonna have another fake breakdown and then push back up. So almost to this level, almost to this 87.20. $87.20 tested over here. Holding the support. I'm not definitely looking to buy something like this. And also I'm looking at Tesla. I'm looking at ES, both unwinding. So no point over here for me to to short it. Sorry, to long it. A breakdown in this case. We're trying over here to absorb at 87.15. You can see a hold of a heat map. Second one over here, 87.10. Reclaim that level, 87.20. Now over here, what it's doing exactly? Fake breakdown again. Is this an A+ setup that I love to trade long? No, this is only a scalp play counter trend, right? So only scalp play over here. Exactly the same process that happened over here. So breakdown, no follow through, absorption, reclaim of the previous level of demand, which is the support zone, and then push to the upside. Now, where we have the first resistance in this case, 88. So this level over here where I have my line. Not going to touch it until that level over there. Yes, traders, it's also bouncing on the support. That support over here is given from a fib, 37.90. You can see over here my fibs trace 38%, fib level 37.90, and bounce to support over here. Gonna cover Meta. All right, so we have over here, just to analyze, not because I'm going to trade Meta, I'm not gonna trade. The day for me is already done. It was a good morning. We have over here the breakdown, fake breakdown of VWAP here, bounce. So now we're gonna look for this pattern and a possible long play. Yes, it's bouncing right now, so Meta could have this pattern coming. Oh, they're building over here higher lows and higher highs. You can see also over here we have buyers moving from this level to this, so they're trying to push the price up over here. This is still not a long. First resistance over here, 103. We'll call over here the trade if we have the setup. But as I said, I won't trade it. I will just explain the setup itself if we have it. So expecting a consolidation to the 103. When I say consolidation into this area. Meanwhile, I'm watching at ES. Break of the 103.35. $103.60. No trade for me over here, confirm long. So just like not touching this.
Order filled. Order filled.
So just a scalp short over here in ES. So the point that we have this wick means at this point up here, we have sellers. So we're not long in over here yet. We have to wait that consolidation.
Order submitted.
90 May in
Order
J
filled.
lines. Getting to this point. Now let's look for some consolidation. We have a nice heat map over here, 103.
Order filled.
We're breaking the slow trader, so no long setup yet. Yes, it's curling down. Tesla's curling down. Amazon on the verge to, but we're watching over here Meta, the only one counter trend. Okay, so another push, no long yet. You have a small reversal, more like a scalp. And I also see main trend line here. So we need a little bit more consolidation. When I look at these patterns, I'm looking at how much demand we have at this point. I'm looking at the amount of consolidation we have. The longer, the better. Amazon, meanwhile, over here giving a fake out. At this point, you can see another bull trap.
Yeah, not easy trading. I mean, very choppy
I believe
environment.
Bruce will be until the election are done
Yeah.
like this. So we had some decent trends, but right now it's really choppy. So just prefer to wait for the patterns, not wasting over here in commission chop getting stopped out. So waiting over here.
Yeah, yeah. This is something I really like about your trading, Joseph. It's very
Yeah,
simple and very disciplined, and you're okay with that. Like, just it's not an A plus setup.
yeah.
Not
It's
gonna
it's also good.
not gonna take
Tell me,
it.
Bruce.
Not gonna take
Yeah,
it. You know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. What I can tell you, Bruce, is that if we remove this liquidity at 51, this will definitely push. So this over here, let's see if it bases now at 103 and 50. And that is going to push probably to new highs 104. Breaking the supply area that we had over here at 103.60. So possible next target 104. Main catalyst over here, you can see 37,000. Until the price is going to stay above this 103 and 50 area, this is going to push. Now we're above that resistance. Let's see if it's consolidates and push back up. If it breaks the 50, then it's going to fill back again to this 103.35. Still holding the 50. Let's see. So main point over here, what we're looking is one of the patterns that I like to trade. And then it has to hold this and to have the secondary push to that level. 103.50. This is support. Consolidates. Want to see a heat map coming? Then that is the low risk entry pattern. Right now over here, I'm helping, in the meantime, a few traders, they're just like me simulating some practice trades on ES and big caps. I think it's a good market right now, 11:30, 12 o'clock, slower to practice entries. So it's something that I really suggest new traders to do, even with Bookmap or with whatever you prefer, just like practice, retrade or trade like in demo in slow markets. And then when you're like, when you can read order flow at a faster speed, when you know what you're doing, then you can basically, trade maybe even the open. First start like in paper. This is the long over here, confirm the 103 and 55, 103 and 53, risking the 103 and 49. It's a breakout. After the breakout, we want to see a pullback into a support. We have a tight risk. We're looking at least for 3R, so 75 and then 104, or a multiple R trade. So I was saying, traders, try to practice before trading live. Okay. So when for example, I train a trader, the first thing is I make him study the pattern. So study the pattern, study the order flow. Once you're confident, then you start trading live with small size, having a risk, and then putting more size. You see over here, we broke the 103 and 50. It soaked a little bit, pushed back up, and then down over here. So scratch rate. Yeah, market is slowing down. I'm looking at Amazon, looking at DS over here. I'm looking at Tesla. Let's wait for great setup. We're going to expect again the price to reach the 103. Sideways on yes, sideways on Amazon, sideways on Tesla. This is the market at this time. Some good range at the open, first hour, and then slowing down.
And let's see if we have any questions here, Joseph. And I don't know if we can even maybe call it, if there's no other questions or discussion points to go over here, we can kind of maybe call it a day if you like. We're almost there anyway.
Yeah, I think the market is pretty slow at this point, and it's not really moving. So for me, it's fine, Bruce. If you have
Okay.
questions, traders, please reach out.
Yeah, let's see here in YouTube. No, we're look pretty good. Looks pretty good there. And let's see over here in our Discord. Just a second, guys.
Order
Sorry.
filled. Order filled.
No, we're looking pretty good, Joseph. Yeah, I mean, if there's nothing else, I mean, like something like again, like to really note here, for me at least, is JTrader's an expert, and he's looking for only his setups. And when he sees his setups, he knows he has an edge, and he's going to trade it. If he doesn't see it, he's not going to trade it. And that kind of very kind of blunt, simplistic discipline is lacking in a lot of traders. I mean, Joseph, the number one thing that you said that the traders that you mentor that they lack is trade management skills. They can find that they can understand the setups, they can understand all the concepts, they can understand uh, order flow and where to get in, the entries and exit points, etc. But they just, once the trade is on, they can't manage it.
Exactly. It's important to enter in a trade, but it's also more important than to manage the trade. So knowing what you're going to risk, knowing your targets, how you're going to trail, that is essentially the most important thing, because that's the only way that you will increase your R return. I can tell you this: a trader that I mentored in 6 months made 4 times his capital. We're talking about a big six figure, but in one trade lost 40%. So we're talking about more or less 200K loss. Now somebody could say, oh wow, well, you still like up for the year. Well, when you have that loss, his average day is like 1 or 2K, and then you have like a 200K loss in one day. When you have a loss like that, it really knocks you out in terms of confidence. So even if you were able to grow that account like 4 times in a long period, so you know how to trade essentially, but you lose confidence because you had a big loss, like you got hurt, like you have a car accident, and then you have to start trading smaller again because you think everything now you're going to trade is going to be a blow up. And this happens because traders have, one, no self-control. I'm also talking for myself. More or less everybody has lack of self-control. Can happen that Bruce has maybe once a year. Can happen to me that I have 2 a year, or it can happen that we have like 50 times a year. That's the difference between a pro trader or a beginner. The pro trader knows how to react. Generally, not always, will know how to cut the trader sooner and how to understand when he's doing something wrong. There's always, I would say, the best thing to use is softwares that help you to, I would say, use a better risk management. Stop loss, a dollar risk set, or range orders, whatever that makes you a better trader. So traders, in my opinion, work on your self-control and the risk management if you want to become a good professional trader or even trade, like in a profitable way.
Well, yeah, I mean, the funny thing is, and I keep, I keep repeating, Joseph. There's a big distinction here, though, and the trade management is very important. What you're sharing with your users or your followers, when you're mentoring them, is you're sharing your setups. You know they have an edge. You've done the back testing. These are your trading strategies. Maybe other people do something similar, but these are yours. You know you have an edge. Right there, that's a big distinction. Okay, so other people may not understand that edge, and then therefore they don't really know how to manage it either. So the if what good is it if yeah, you can get really good at trade management, sure, but you got to have a plan first, and you got to know you have an edge. It is the single most important thing first, and then your trade management around that edge, and to really optimize it. So I don't know. You tell me, Joseph. You're the expert here.
Oh, well, sometimes I think that stats are as important as trading technically, but remember always that these are stats that for example, that we made. So it's just an example on futures and big caps. But remember then, stats give you an idea. Become a good trader in this market, you have to be a sniper. Be in the trade futures, big caps, or small caps. So sniper means quality of trading. Quality of trading comes from a very good system or strategy, plus this. So just this, traders, work, study. If you need help, reach out to us. Me and Bruce are over here to help you and Bookmap.
Yeah, yeah. Guys, there it is. I mean, encapsulates it right there. So, uh, you know, first thing before just starting, to fire bullets out there, when do you have an edge? Do you know you have an edge? Okay. And how often does that edge work out? What are the probabilities? So you've heard Joseph talk about it, like, yeah, we've had some losses, but he gets 4 or 5 return, or at least 2 to 1 risk reward. Then he makes up for those losses very, very easily. But you got to stick to it, though, and you got to believe in it. You got to know that it works, and that's the edge, right? So anyway, guys, I think we've been over the points many times over, but this is really it when it comes down to it, and
Exactly.
that should it's not magical in that sense. So I mean, Joseph, you talked about it before. The uh, Taekwondo, you had a mentor there. You go to the gym all the time. You're extremely disciplined with these things. And then another thing too that I really like about your trading is the mentality of like I'm just going to cut it. I'm just going to cut the trade. It's a loss. Okay, I'm out. And then look for the next one. And the next one will be your setup as well. But if it's not working, you just cut the trade and you don't worry about it. That mentality there, you don't let the losses get to you.
Exactly. Exactly. Trading means accepting losses. The faster you accept that you will lose, and for example, I have a trade that is profitable, very profitable. He has a 45% win rate. Okay. And he moved to 55. With this 55, his profit factor is 3.44, 3.44. means that even if we will lose and get to 40% win rate, it will still be highly profitable. So when Bruce was saying before, look to have a perfect trailing, look how to manage the risk, is this. That's how you build your account. For example, Jordan is a now professional trader. 2 years he's trading in the room and he's doing amazingly. So this is possible, yes, but you have to work really, really hard. This is a tough market. And if you're not skilled, you'll simply gonna be losing money.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So, I mean,
Order
I
filled.
don't know, Joseph, if like, it's even worthy to, um, I don't know, cover that and maybe in some kind of course, or like maybe we do some workshop with you
Filled.
or something about how to accept losses and exercises on that. I mean, it's similar to like, going to the gym and having your workout routine, or similar to a diet, or, and your
Yeah, I have
self-control.
a precise, I would say, training for that, which is called mentoring. And three things that I could give, like, right now, fast to traders is called my 3R. The first thing is the routine. Routine gives confidence. The second thing is retrading. Because if you are like, let's say, a football player or a basketball player, when you want to improve, when you want to excel, when you want to be the best, what do you do? When you get back home after your day, you're gonna simply train more. Okay, so you're gonna practice over and over and over until like you're exhausted. Same thing in trading. If you can't retrade, if you don't retrade, you won't get better at your timing, at your fields. And the last thing is a report card. So in a way, you have to analyze all your trading, knowing where are your faults, your errors, your pros, your cons, so that you can evaluate analytically your trading, both emotionally and technically. This is a big three, and this is basically what I explain at Trader for Cause. This is basically the summa, as we say in Italy, of a correct process how to become a real day trader.
Come si chiama?
La
Suma?
summa,
La
la summa.
suma.
La summa means like the most, the best out of it. Okay,
Ah,
that is
okay.
the report.
I did not know that word.
Yeah, I will post this in.
Or is that a San Marino type of uh,
No, 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 no.
what is the dialect there, by the way? Is it just
Uh,
just regular kind of Tuscan?
no, it's more Romagnolo dialect. It's very funny, actually. I'm not really a big dialect guy. My father is, and
Ah,
you know, uh, I don't think Bruce, we're gonna talk in dialect over here. Nobody will simply understand.
okay, okay, sounds good. Um, all right. Well, guys, I put into the chat there Joseph's contact information if you want to reach out to him, and he offers the mentorship services there. Guys, there's also something I do want to mention. Yeah, hit the like button here if you like this video. That really helps us. Subscribe to the channel. You'll get alerts when new releases come out, or when these webinars approach, etc., which is great. And there is this blue jacket. Here, let me show you on bookmap.com /blue jacket. And it is about the here, I'm just going to show on my screen here. The Is a competition here, a contest. So it's about creating content, showing your prowess in your trading, screenshots, videos, whatever, and create some great content here. Win the blue jacket. You'll be featured on the Bookmap Insights web page here. Joseph's on there, as well as other excellent traders. You'll be featured there. You'll win a 3-month subscription to Bookmap, and data. It includes data here, with data, right? So this is big. Obviously you got to have a Bookmap already, but you're going to get this 3 months more, or whatever it is, we'll figure out there for you, and then also potentially working closer with the Bookmap team here. All right, so this is a big one, actually. So consider it. It's easy to sign up here. I'll put this into the chat for you. And sorry, Joseph, I didn't want to catch into too much of your time, but we have a
Oh,
lot
it's
of
fine.
things
I
going
love
on.
it. I love it. I want a blue jacket too, buddy. It seems so good. As long as you have double XL or triple.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to kind of
Right
have
then, yeah.
the uh, alterations on the arms there. Your arms are way too big to fit in the blue jacket. So, yeah. So I put the details in there, guys. In the link, so you can find out more about it. Yeah, just another note. Lots of new releases coming out. Keep listening here. There's a new liquidation indicator coming out, guys. We talked about it earlier before Joseph joined. And that's very topical right now. It's really a meltdown right now, or a potential big meltdown in crypto. We have some other new indicators coming out this week and next week. Really powerful stuff. So I just want to let you know about that. Other than that, Joseph, any last pearls of wisdom?
Oh, I think we have so many. Wisdom, ask Bruce because he's the one over here. He's the man.
No, I'm not. You are. That's why we have you on. Great stuff, guys. Reach out to Joseph for that kind of discipline we were just talking about. That's why we partner with people like Joseph. All right. So because you can learn a tremendous amount, apply it to your trading. All right. Well, thanks, Joseph. Let's wrap it up. We'll call it a day, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Bookmap, and good luck. Bye-bye.
Bye.